What's up, folks?
What's up?
I'm Chris.
I'm Sean.
And we're the Whiskey Noobs.
Very
down with the funk. Down
green
funk.
apple.
Gotta love the funk.
Peel.
Funk. Yeah. So what we've got here are 4 samples that are blind. So Sean and I both do not know what these samples are.
We kind of know what they are.
So the origin of these samples are there may or may not be a good old boy with some overalls that provided these samples. And the mystery is 2 of these samples are
Store-bought.
store-bought. The other 2 are not.
Yeah.
We'll leave it at that.
Yes.
So we have 2 store-bought samples and 2 others. And we have to figure out what the 2 others are.
Yeah. The 2 others have been force-aged.
They have been force-aged in Hungarian oak.
Yes.
And I think there might have been some other oak. Was it just Hungarian oak?
I think it was just Hungarian, but yeah.
Yep. So 2 of these have been force-aged, and the other 2 are store-bought. And so we're going to try them blind.
Yeah.
We're going to go through. We'll keep it kind of short and sweet on the first try through. On the way back, we'll talk about them a little bit more.
Yeah.
We're going to rank them. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Which one we think is the best?
Or ABCD.
Well, yeah. Number 8. And then we're going to get into maybe a little bit of the tasting notes, and then we're going to try to guess which 2 of these are store-bought.
Yes.
And which 2 are not. And see if we prefer store-bought over the non-store-bought. And we don't even know what 2 store-bought whiskeys these are. So it's kind of a mystery from that perspective of...
Will we know?
We
Yes.
do. We have a key.
Oh, okay. We do have a key. Thank God.
There is a key on the other side of the camera
torture.
with my beautiful wife who has the key, so she knows what these are. So we'll get into that at the end. So yeah, this is our first video of the night. So this is gonna get us ramped up for everything else that's to come.
Please stand by.
All right. So here's A.
Number 8.
So I'm just looking at the colors of these whiskeys.
I know there's
2 of them.
2 of them are very similar.
Yeah.
One of them is very light.
Yeah. If
One
we're
of them
just
is super
just
dark.
based off of color, I feel like I can kind of pick out at least one of these that's not store bought.
You're hoping you can.
It's just a guess.
But that might be the whole premise. Ooh.
Smells like bourbon.
This smells delicious. This is sweet.
I do love the nose on this.
Oh, this is a delicious nose. I hope it's not a early times nose. Man, that is
That's
like
actually what it reminds me of.
I know, like a stronger. It is not subtle. Like it is like a vanilla cookie.
I get vanilla. I get cherry off of it.
Yeah,
Some sugar.
it's like a strong vanilla cookie. Like all
right.
kinds of baking goods.
Let's get into it.
I've never tasted anything like that before. Ever.
That was a bomb. Like it
Yeah.
hit.
I got punched in the mouth.
Like in the uvula, right in the uvula.
Yeah.
It hit. Woo!
But it doesn't have a hug.
No, but it's got heat.
It's got heat up front.
The heat's here.
Yeah, heat up front, and all the flavors are just like...
I feel like my sinuses just opened up.
Hold on, I gotta take another... Oh, no, I gotta close. That was intense.
That is delicious.
It is. That's like the most vanilla liquor I've ever drank that's not flavored.
So I got more cherries off of it though. I really did.
Like a cherry vanilla Coke.
Cherry vanilla Coke. I can see cherry vanilla Coke.
That's what I'm getting off of that, a cherry vanilla Coke. Like through and through. It even has the Coca-Cola, like dark flavor. That's good.
Okay. All right. Here's B. So B is the darkest of the 4
It is.
by a pretty wide margin. I would be really surprised if this was
He'll be
force
so
aged.
surprised he's sober.
I'm speaking cursive.
He's surprised.
I'll be really surprised if this color was obtained through force aging.
That's funky.
Now I'm really confused
Holy
because
cow.
this is clearly
Clearly homemade funk.
yeah, this is clearly
It's
this is clearly good old boy stuff.
It's got some legs on it too, man. That's
This
like
has that good old boy
corn
Kentucky
funk.
shine funkiness to it, right?
Yeah, yeah. That is like The only thing that I can think of that stands that is
my brain is confused though, Sean, because
know.
of the 4 samples, this is by far the darkest sample. Which we force aged before. It's hard to get color.
Some of the stuff we had was dark, but it was already dark. So
we didn't start with a clear make.
You're right.
So that's awful dark for a clear make that's been forced aged. I'm loving the nose though.
Oh yeah, it's like
it's definitely got a funky sweetness to it.
That's definitely home make.
Without a doubt. But it's good.
Oh, it is good. It doesn't have as much of the oakiness as you would think.
No, to me,
it's kind of light.
It's a mix of like raspberry jam, honey, and maple syrup.
And cornbread.
Okay, yeah. I get that. No, I totally get that.
Yeah. All that with cornbread.
That's a great mix. Yeah, so it's like cornbread covered in maple syrup, honey, and like jam. Raspberry jam.
Yeah. Yeah, because the fruitiness is there, but that cornbread is just
really good.
It's delicious. Whoa.
That is really good.
That's impressive. Seriously impressive.
This is
holy crap.
Yeah, if this is good old Kentucky Boy clear make that's been aged, like this should be bottled.
Yeah, that would be
sold.
This is one of the most interesting things I've had in a really long time.
I can only think of one other thing.
Yeah.
And that's that Super Collider from Broad Branch. The blueberry.
We have that here tonight.
That was probably the closest into a really unique. Now we've had some rums that are really unique.
Yeah.
Right, but it's obviously not whiskey. But the point being that
this is super unique.
Oh man, can we just stick with this one?
I know, I almost don't want to move on.
All right, well there's B. No. If that's a store-bought, it would have to be the darkest
There's no way that's
finished whiskey we've ever had.
Yeah.
It'd have to be something finished.
Yeah.
For that kind of funk, it'd have to be coming out of Texas.
Or it has to be some kind of malted something or another, you know?
Yeah, I guess it could be a single malt of some kind, but
I don't know. Like
I think this is not store-bought.
No, Sample B is definitely not.
So C. This is the lightest of the 4.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, this one's funky too.
Yeah, so this is like sweet corn funky.
We were told that it would probably be very clear to us which 2 were the generic store-bought.
Were we told that?
I was told that. It would probably be very clear of the 2 that we had. And I think it is so clear just because of the funk. And I think... Do you think maybe the funk is present just because it hasn't aged? Like maybe your generic whiskeys, like your mass market whiskeys, have that funk in a new make, and it's just the aging that takes the funk out? Well,
it could be some of that, but also you got to think not much of what we drink with some of the big products have as much corn as this does. Some of this might be 100% corn, or 100% sweet.
That's true.
Feed or something, and so that's a big difference because the rye and the barley kind of cut that down, Like anyway, that's my
liking the nose on this one too.
Yeah, that's sweet honey. Oh, that's like honey in a glass.
Yeah, I'm getting honey from it. I'm getting a floral note from it.
Yeah, a honeysuckle almost.
Yes, yeah, honeysuckle. Maybe a cobbler. There's a little bit
honeysuckle cobbler.
There's something baked in it. There's like a pie crust or something in here that I'm smelling.
Buttery.
That's your word. That's your word, not mine.
I know. I'm
just saying. Here we go.
All right. Huh.
It was very, very grassy.
Have some botanical.
It's very grassy.
Man.
Yep, definitely. Very, very grassy. The honey is still present. It's not as heavy as it was in Sample B. The honey flavors, or that maple syrup. This is more grassy to me.
There's a flavor I can't put my finger on.
It's got a young, obviously, knowing that it's a new make, right, that's been force aged, it's going to taste young.
There's something really crisp and specific about this one, like
it's good. It's light.
It is.
Of the 3 we've had so far, that's the lightest by far.
Yeah.
It's probably the easiest sipper of the 3.
I don't know. I could have sipped all of them.
It's a background. It's a background of the three.
To these two,
yeah, for sure. Yeah. Like these two are way more of an experience.
If you blended these, it would be that one.
I'd agree with that. Yeah, very similar. Yeah, close.
Yeah, that's the way I feel.
I've not disliked any of these.
Nope.
They've all been good so far. All right, here's D.
All right.
Yeah, this is store bought. This is back to that.
Yeah, those familiar smells. Caramels, brown sugars.
This has got kind of more of a rye smell to it, though.
That's a little bit. Yeah. Feel a little cinnamon.
It reminds me of something. I feel like I've had
it. It does. I'm pretty sure I've had it.
All right. Definitely store-bought.
Yeah, for sure. Store-bought. This one's questionably store-bought.
Do you feel like we need to go back through them?
No.
I've already got them ranked in my mind.
Yeah?
Yeah. Why don't you start with your number one?
My number one?
What's your number one?
This is my number one. So I'm going to put it closest.
So A is your number one.
Yeah.
My number one is B.
Okay.
Okay. What's your number two?
My number two is C.
Okay. My number two is A. So I'm going to put the closest to me is the one I like most.
Yep.
Okay. So B is my number one. A is my number two.
Okay.
Okay. Your number three?
B.
B is your number three. So that is the same for me. And this is dead last.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have to agree on the rankings here for them to count. The one with the top ranking would be B.
Yeah.
B has the highest ranking between the two of us. Then it would go to A. Then it would go to C. Then it goes to D.
Hold on. The way yours are positioned compared to the way mine are positioned. So A is my number one.
He did it backwards to you. So
this is my number two.
See, I put the one I like most closest to me.
Oh, okay. So boom, 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 boom. Okay. So
we don't agree.
No.
Yeah, the only consensus are C and D. No, the only consensus we have is D.
Mm-hmm. That never happens.
That never happens. We usually agree on this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. All right. So that means that you picked your number one as a store-bought.
Yeah.
Okay, so you picked a store-bought as your number one. I picked a new make, four-staged as my number one.
It was close between these two for me, but this one.
I chose this purely based off of the uniqueness of
it. Yeah, I get
it. This had just a uniqueness that I can get this all day long.
So these two were like that, and this one's a clear outlier.
Yeah. The point is, how evident was it that we could pick out store-bought
versus
to new make?
Yeah, and I think we picked those out.
And I think the main reason for that is the funkiness. Mm-hmm. Like you cannot hide the funkiness of a new make.
No, that 100% corn that's or sweet pea
or whatever. I wonder if there's any charcoal
filter.
I wonder if there's any charcoal filtering going into these.
Yes.
Like I wonder if they're being charcoal filtered.
Yes,
they are. Yeah, I don't know how
from conversations.
So I don't know how you get rid of that funk. I guess the only way to get rid of it is either, to your point, use less whatever the mash bill is.
Here's the thing: the charcoal filters get out the impurities of like the other like.
Well, it also mellows it.
But
it's
mellows supposed to with the impurities.
Yeah.
But what we're getting a mash funk.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So I think without a shadow of a doubt, we're getting ready to find out that we had no issue. Why wouldn't you do that? Because I'm on a roll.
I'm sorry. I was like, because you were talking about pretentious earlier. I was like, we were talking about what the funk came from. I was like, that was pretentious.
With the funk, I like the funk.
I know, I do too.
I love the funk.
But what we said,
I get down
where
with
we
the funk.
said it came from, sounded very
down with the funk. Down
green
funk.
apple.
Gotta love the funk.
Peel.
Funk. Yeah. So I like funk. Funk in whiskey is a good thing.
I agree.
You know, there's a lot of people where that flavor profile would turn them off.
Yeah.
But I love the funkiness, right?
No, I do too. Yeah, I agree with you.
There's a lot of rambling going on about funkiness. All right, so we know without a doubt that we have determined these two are not store-bought. Can you please tell us behind the camera, what was sample A?
Before we funk and ramble
Sample A is Lone Rider 90% sherry cask finish.
No way. I chose that the first one.
Mm-hmm.
No way.
You have that one, don't you?
No, I have a Lone Rider 110
okay.
sherry cask that I don't enjoy.
Okay.
It's okay,
so
but
you
I
like
have to blend it. The 90.
This is a 90?
Yeah.
Okay, so you
I do.
A 90. All right.
What the nose on it is so much more pleasant.
It was a good whiskey,
for
sure. The only reason I chose B over it is because I like the uniqueness.
You like the uniqueness. Yeah, I get that.
What is B?
B is chicken scratch.
Okay, so you said that the funk comes from 100% corn.
Yeah.
So the chicken scratch is a mix of 6 different grains.
Yeah.
So now chicken scratch, folks, is exactly what it sounds like. It is chicken feed that you throw on the ground and chickens scratch it. It's chicken scratch. Mm-hmm. And I actually feel like I had a part in naming this whiskey because when I was first showed this, or first given a taste of this and told what it was, the mash bill was, I was like, oh my gosh, you gotta call that chicken scratch. Like, that is chicken scratch. Yeah. And so now this is officially named chicken scratch, and it is one of my favorites.
It is aged 2 weeks with oak.
What type of oak?
What type of oak?
It does not say.
Okay.
It's Hungarian. It's
pretty sure that's Hungarian. Yeah. That's amazing they got that color off of 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. Wow.
I agree. And the flavor that it gave.
Man, that's really good. Yeah. I got a jar of chicken scratch. We should age it.
I agree.
Because it's good as it is, but that's amazing.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, C?
Corn.
100% corn.
Aged 1 week.
Do we have proofs on these?
The chicken scratch is 100 plus.
Okay.
The corn is 115.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I enjoy the corn.
100% corn. I like the corn. Corn.
What's it aged with oak?
It just says aged 1 week.
1 week. Okay.
Yeah.
So the difference in 1 week to 2 weeks.
Well, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's nuts.
And I wonder if the grains make a difference.
I couldn't imagine so because they're already distilled to the point where they're alcohol, right?
Yeah.
And they're clear.
Yeah,
so I don't know how they could have any effect on the color.
Yep.
D?
Russell's Reserve 6-year rye whiskey.
I said rye. Yeah, I mentioned rye.
You did not on D. D was 100% Evan Williams.
No. I said on the nose. It smelled like a rye. Okay? This has got kind of more of a rye smell to it, though.
That's a little bit. Yeah.
And then I tried it, and I jumped to Evan Williams.
This isn't Evan Williams, then I don't know what is.
And it is 90.
90 proofer.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess the experiment, we already foreshadowed what was going to happen.
Yeah.
It would be easy to determine what the two were.
For sure.
I think ultimately what this shows me, though,
you can't sniff out Evan Williams.
Of the 4 of these,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
I know you chose this one as your number 1.
Yeah. But ultimately,
these two are like the most interesting of the 4 by a long shot.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, I think I would have to.
See, let me tell you why I chose this one. Because this one had that really interesting nose. It was more refined.
Okay.
You know, like these were good. They were interesting. I loved them, but I just knew what they were by their outlining.
Proof could be skewing me a little bit too. The fact that the 2 new makes are higher proof.
The Lone Rider is also a North Carolina product.
It is.
Yep.
Durham.
Yep.
Well, that's really interesting. It's kind of funny he threw a rye in there to throw us off.
Yeah, just to see. This is the one that you really got some of the herbal. You said you got.
Well, I said grassy.
You did. Yeah.
Which I don't. You associate that with rye. Yeah. I have not gotten a grassy rye. I don't get grass from rye.
I do.
I get grass from young craft whiskeys.
Sometimes.
Usually under the 24 months is when I pick up on the grassy stuff. And so to me, that's it being new is what I got that from.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it. I'm getting the wrap it up signal from behind the camera. This was a lot of fun. We appreciate these samples. Thank you so much to our good old boy Kentuckian who supplied these to us.
Yes.
Thank you. We look forward to all the new stuff that you bring to us.
Can't wait.
Yeah. We will never turn it down.
No.
Yeah. Well, we got a few more videos to make, so I think we're going to get to filming. So some more. We're going to drink some more whiskey. Yes. I'm going to go back. This was my favorite, so I'm going to cheers with this one. So, hey, if you're watching this on Instagram, go over to YouTube. Please subscribe. Ring the notification bell. You'll stay up to date on all the new videos we have coming out. Leave us a comment.
Please comment.
Absolutely. Yeah. Do you have a good old boy from Kentucky? Maybe you get jars left on your stoop. Let us know.
Maybe we're just pretty awesome.
Yeah.
We're the only ones. I don't know.
If you're watching this on YouTube, go over to Instagram and give us a follow. Lots of cool content over there. We do lives pretty regularly.
Yeah.
Great community over there. A little bit different edits. It's just a good time.
Yeah, for sure.
Thanks so much for watching.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers till next time.
Cheers.